The definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times expecting a different result. So if that's the case, that episode of Raw was absolutely insane. What is going on, guys? My name is Brandon from Your Average Noob, and what can you say about a Raw like that? There was a lot of things I wanted to see on the Raw before Wrestlemania, and basically none of them really happened tonight. We started the night off with an Undertaker promo, which is pretty rare, so that was kind of cool, and then Shane McMahon came out, and then there was some heated words, they fought a little bit, and then Shane kind of put Undertaker down on a table, the announce table, and he jumped for one of those Shane elbows, and he barely, I'm talking barely, got to Taker. Like, he was very close to missing Taker completely, and he put Taker on the far side of the table. He should have put him on the closer side of the table just to be safe, but it was a nice little exchange of words. It was a nice promo on Shane's part. It was a nice promo on Undertaker's part. Nice continuing build up for the match. I'm kind of looking forward to it, even though a lot of people I know aren't right now. The first match of the night saw Zack Ryder take on Y2 Jackass, as he's being called by AJ Styles right now. So even before the match starts, AJ Styles comes out and says, "I am not leaving until I get my match at WrestleMania because I don't need a championship match at WrestleMania." So the match starts and they're going, Zack Ryder and Jericho, they're kind of going through the motions, and all you hear is Y2 Jackass. And of course, Styles is getting the crowd to chant it, and they are, and the crowd was actually enjoying it. It's actually a good little thing that Creative came up with for AJ to say, and it's working, and it's getting over with fans. To make a short match even shorter, Ryder wins. Jericho then accepts Styles' offer for a WrestleMania matchup. Also, at one point, Jericho used JBL's hat to beat up Zack Ryder, and I thought that was funny. And apparently, we're going back to the Attitude Era because Jericho called Styles a stupid ass, and of course, the Y2 Jackass chants. They better change that rating. TV-14 confirmed. At some point during the night, the Social Outcasts were sitting on the ring, which is, I kind of give them credit. It's a cool thing they do. They sit on the ring, and it's a different look, and we haven't seen that angle before, so it's kind of cool that they sit on the ring, just hanging out. And then Big Show came out, and then there was a flurry of guys who I guess are in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And, because I was looking at Twitter a lot tonight, and I was looking at Twitter, and then the next thing I knew, Mark Henry was getting chokeslammed by Kane and Big Show. I'm like, hold on, where did Mark Henry come from? Triple H came out then to do a promo, and the crowd in Brooklyn just wasn't into it. I mean, and people were saying, oh, Triple H's promo was really winded, like it was a long-winded promo, and it wasn't good. And I'm like, Triple H's promo skills are fine. He has nothing to worry about. The crowd and the WWE universe, for that matter, is not into this match of Reigns and Triple H at Mania. So why would they be into any promos that are going to happen leading up to and building up to WrestleMania? And then Reigns came out, and you know what? I don't think people are booing Reigns. I think they're just going, ooh, let me dream. But honestly, I really like Roman Reigns. I like the whole character. I like the whole superstar he is, and I just hate the fact that everybody hates him so much. Maybe they are just going, ooh, like Roman Reigns does. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we just thought it was booing all this time when they're just going, ooh. Yeah, no. Then the New Day came out at some point, and they were talking about the Bootio cereal, of course, but they were also talking about how nobody would buy League of Nations cereal, and then they mentioned calling it Rusev's, Rusev's Booty Flakes. And I'm like, that literally just translates to Rusev's ass dandruff. So then Kofi Kingston and Alberto Del Rio had a match, and at one point, Kofi takes Del Rio out of the match, and Xavier Woods, isn't he right there, to play, what was the song called? La Cucaracha, that's it. Like that. Also, at some point in the night, this photo resurfaced on Twitter. I don't know what's going on here, but it's a thing. So Kofi ends up winning the match, and then the New Day go back to, they escape they were going to get mauled again by the League of Nations, and they escape and they head to the beginning of the ramp. And we hear the voice. It's a voice, and it's a familiar voice, but I couldn't pinpoint my finger on it. And I can't remember what he was saying, but he came out, and it's Jonathan Coachman. Jonathan Coachman making a appearance on Raw since when was the last time we saw Coach on Raw? Regardless, he was on Raw, and he was talking about how SportsCenter's going to have a lot of coverage on WrestleMania 32 right after the match Kofi Kingston had with Alberto Del Rio for some reason. Don't get me wrong, it was nice to see Coach, but that was weird timing. So then Lesnar and Heyman come out, and of course Heyman pulls off a beautiful promo like he always does, and then Ambrose's music comes on, and he comes out with this red wagon. He comes out with a wagon like a kid at a playground, and he's just pulling it down the ramp. Doesn't even acknowledge the fact that Brock Lesnar exists in this realm of the universe right now, and just goes to the bottom of the ring. He's like, crowbar, good. He's like, bat, a regular bat, no good. And Barbie? Yeah, there we go. And he's like, hey, let's see. They got nunchucks in the ninja now. You can throw that in the wagon. Charlie Chainsaw into the wagon. And then I think he took a couple other things, and then he just took off and left. There wasn't any appearance from any former ECW guy to give Dean Ambrose another weapon for the week, which was kind of, I was kind of looking forward to that all night, and then it never happened. I was like, oh. But speaking of things that make you go, oh, there was a Divas match. Oh, also a footnote, there was a Charlotte-Becky match that ended in Charlotte winning with a natural selection after Ric Flair held on to Becky's legs trying to get back into the ring. If that makes any sense. It was an match. I'm moving on. But there was another Divas match. It was Paige versus Emma. Now, the only reason I was more interested in this match than I was the Charlotte-Becky match is because Emma's a girl who I really, really think would be an amazing heel on the main roster now that she's actually kind of gone to NXT, reworked her character. She's really good, and I think that she'll do really well on the main roster with the character she has now. Now, before the match, Michael Cole mentions how there's only 4 women in the match for the WrestleMania match with the 10 Diva tag team match. It's going to be Team Bad and Blonde against the Total Divas team. So we know Team Total Divas is going to be Natalya, Brie Bella, Paige, and Alicia Fox. But they teased that we didn't know who the 5th is going to be. And we know all the 5 members of Team Bad and Blonde. So that big mystery is like, who's the 5th going to be? And I was looking at Twitter, and a lot of people were like, oh, it could be Lita. No, it could be Trish. Oh, no, but they're going to bring back somebody, though, and it's going to be great. And then by the end of the match, the Divas were all starting to go at it. And then there's music starts, and I didn't recognize the music. And it's Eva Marie. The tease for the mystery diva who's going to be in the 10 Diva tag match at WrestleMania is Eva Marie. That's it, I'm done. Hey WWE, how low are you on superstars? Well, we're going to use Eva Marie in a WrestleMania match. Oh, and you know that whole segment just ruined. I was done with Raw at that point. We had a 6-man tag match, which involved all the guys in the Intercontinental ladder match, save for Zack Ryder, who had already had a match in the night. And the match went on too long. The crowd was chanting CM Punk half the time. They were saying this match is booty. They were chanting Cody every time that Stardust came out. Or every time Stardust came into the match, and it was just like, I stopped enjoying myself watching Raw at that point. And then the only thing that kept me going was knowing that the Authority were coming out to say some more stuff about the match at WrestleMania 32 with Roman Reigns and Triple H. I guess I don't have to say WrestleMania 32, I could just say WrestleMania, but it's just force of habit at this point. So here's where Raw starts to get insane, because Triple H and Stephanie have already come out one point in the night to talk about the match at WrestleMania, and then Roman Reigns comes out to distract them, or to disrupt them, I should say. And then at the end of the night, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out to talk about the match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns comes out to interrupt again. And this time they did that whole thing where like all the superstars in the back get involved, and they're holding back Triple H, and they're holding back Roman Reigns. And I'll give Roman Reigns credit. At one point he flew, almost reminded me of Undertaker, a man that size flying through the air like that, over the ropes, taking out a bunch of guys with Triple H, and then that was pretty much the end of Raw. But I just didn't understand the repetition of that segment for the second time. I'm like, okay, they're booing Roman Reigns. Just stop showing him. They're booing him. Brooklyn was just absolutely ripping apart Roman Reigns. And they're just like, just get out there, Roman. Get out there again. They'll cheer eventually. No, WWE, this is the definition of insanity. Trying the same thing over and over and over and over again, and getting the same result, and just thinking it might change. That's it. That's insanity. This whole freaking company's gone insane. I'm looking forward to NXT TakeOver Dallas. Oh god, those are just my opinions on Raw though, so tell me what you thought in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a dislike or a like on the video. Tell all your friends, and